Okay, this is for Isaac and whoever else wants to see this. You need four things. You need floorboards, which I doubled the width of this. This is just a shot of my shed or studio door. Just cleaned it up and made it a lot wider, so it's double the width. You'll need this and you'll see why in a minute. A background, which is, in this case, is a wall, which is shot from the back of my house, and a subject shot on a dark grey or medium to dark grey background. First thing we've got to do is extend this bit here, so I found the easiest way is to make a selection as wide as you can without selecting the subject. Edit, content aware scale, just drag it out. Now it hasn't got to be pretty because it's all going to be covered up. This last bit I would do with this one over here first, just to get it out of the way. Content aware scale, just drag it over, that's it, hit enter. Now Control D, deselect. Just to pretty this up a bit, I'll make a selection. Now this hasn't got to be perfect, so we just do it on the same layer. Clone stamp tool, make sure that aligned is unchecked, okay, because you're just going to brush over a few times. Hold the Alt key, get your target, and then just lift off your mouse or your pen and just cover that in. Okay, hasn't got to be perfect. Control D, deselect. All this is going to be covered up. So what I normally do first is I sharpen. I know it's the last thing you could do. It's all bullshit. You do it whatever suits you and whichever way you want to do it. I found my favourite way is to control click on the RGB in the channels palette, and that gives you your selection. Go up to image, calculations, invert it. This is normally defaults to multiply, but I use overlay, and we want a new selection. Click OK. Now what we'll do is we'll make another layer above that. Filter, sharpen, unsharp mask, amount 500, radius 1, threshold nil. Never touch the threshold. I know it seems a bit strange and a bit over the top, but when you see what happens, Control D will deselect that, and then when we shoot in, there's not any halos at all. Okay, the hair is really picked out, no halos on it, even with the measurement of 500. A little bit overdone, just go to the opacity, drop it down to how you like it. I'll put it right up, zoom in and show you before and after. That's before, that's after. Drop it down so it looks a bit sensible. Now if I'm printing, I'll keep it quite high, but if you're looking at it on the web, I'll just have it round like between 55 and 70%. Okay, I'll flatten that. I don't normally work with flattened images, but just for speed's sake and the recording I will. Now what we need is a floor, so we go up to the floorboards, move tool, click on it up to the photo you want. It's massive, which you need because you might have large files or a large photo. We'll change the blend mode to soft light. Control T. If you can't fit it all in, you just hit Control 0 and it'll show you the whole bounding box. Hold the Shift and Alt and bring it in so it's to scale. Zoom in. Now, if it's not straight, if you want to do one end, if you hold the Control key, and then you can move it up to the exact position. Okay, we'll just drag that up to there, hit enter, right, and there you see the floorboards. Now to make it look realistic, we need a bit of perspective, so Control T, click in the middle, right click in the middle and choose perspective, drag that in, move it to where you want it, and then this one, drag that out so it looks as though the floor's coming towards you. Hit enter. Now this is where the magic comes in. If you put a layer mask on it, white layer mask, grab a black brush and then just brush over. You don't need a hard brush, you don't need a soft brush, you just need so it just feathers a little bit, and you won't see it at this size, so, and just paint over the subject, over the chair. I'm not being very careful here, but the more careful you are, the better result you're going to get. And just paint over all the subject with a black brush on the mask, and that will remove all the pattern on the subject, including the chair. A little bit there. Gone overboard a bit there. Drag in. X key, make it white, and just go round the edge if you just go over a bit. Okay, that'll do for now, just for showing. And next we need a background. In this case we're going to use a wall, which is that one, I think. Yep. Move tool, click, hold on, bring it in, there you go. Control T, Control 0, get it to decent scale. Try and hold the Alt and Shift so you don't actually adjust the actual size of the bricks, width and height wise. Same aspect ratio, that's what I'm talking about. Hit enter. Blend mode, soft light. Zoom in. Control T. Control, and you can adjust it to exactly where you want it. Hit enter. Mask. Black brush. And then over you go. You don't need to go right over each hair because it'll show anyway. I'll have to zoom in here because his head's a bit dark there. But, there we go. You don't need to go over the edge. just go over it with your black brush. Like so. I do this just as quick as I can. Over the chair, down the edge. And the darker areas at the edge, it's not so critical. And then when you're doing this yourself, you just make sure that you do it more accurately than I'm doing here, obviously. But just get all of your subject in. Sorry if this is dragging on a bit, but it's worth the wait, believe me. Anywhere where the pattern is. And if you don't know or you can't see what's missing, if you hold the Alt key, just go on the mask, you'll see what's got to be filled in. So let's go over this black. Let's cock that up. Let's go over that with white. And then Alt, click on that and it'll open it up again. So that's it. No cutting out. Realistic floorboards. Medium to dark grey background. And that's it really. It's such a simple process. The sharpening might not be to your liking. You sharpen however you like. I just find this quick and easy. But that's the basic thing, is just soft light blend mode for the backgrounds over the top of the background. Okay, I hope this helps or gives you something useful to do anyway.